Oh, well, how far back do you want to go? One of my famous sayings is, and even my grandchildren have heard it so much that they remind me of it, is the good ones figure it out. And they truly do. You know, if you've got the right skill sets, if you've got the right passion, if you've got the desire, if you've got the commitment, you're going to figure it out. I think that's about as good a compliment as you can have, is being surrounded with so many great, talented, passionate, empowered employees who simply, faced with a task, they just figure it out. You just figure it out. They just figure it out. My name is Ritchie Sorrells, and I am the President and Chief Executive Officer at GVTC. Well, welcome to my office. This is where I reside, and it's kind of a museum of sorts because I have a lot of memorabilia I've accumulated in 21 years, obviously at GVTC, and I'd really kind of like to step around and kind of show you some of this stuff. We'll just start right here. There's a great picture. This is an old picture of my boy on the Caddo River in Arkansas. I think Arkansas's got a lot of beautiful rivers. Love my family, very, very close family. We all live right here, and we spend a lot of time together. Come on in. Chester's gonna allow you in here. He's not even gonna bite you. He's a friendly dog. Okay, Chester, get it, boy. Ah, boy, Chester, good boy, good boy. A man deserves one good dog in his life. He's the one. Ritchie Sorrells, well, he's quickly becoming an old guy. But I think he's a guy that's tries to have a lot of fun. I think I've always taken everything serious in terms of what my job is, but man, I like to have a lot of fun. I like to have a lot of fun. You know what these are, don't you? These are unique. These are Ecuadorian evergreens. Come feel. They're unique. They're blasted. That's why we call them Ecuadorian evergreens. Of course, my wife, Lynn, is my best friend, and I think retirement is going to allow she and I to do even more fun activities together, much like we have for the last 49 years, which has gone by just like that. Lynn and I, we play golf, but for golf, whatever you invest as a young person, you can utilize those lessons learned, if you will, to play golf lifelong. And everybody, especially in the business world, everybody knows the good golfers, and it's a differentiator. Now we're talking about our first hole flag from our very first charitable golf classic that was held at River Crossing Country Club on April 18th, 2005. So we are celebrating this year, 2024, our 20th golf tournament. And that is a hole flag commemorating that very first tournament in 2005. Thank you, Karen. Another great event. After all these years, I think you finally figured it out. I'm asked from time to time, what contributes to the success of our foundation. And I think it's two things. It's you, obviously, and your belief in GVTC and what we do, and it's the employees of GVTC. The employees of GVTC are passionate about their community. They're passionate about their company, their community, and what we're doing here at the foundation. They're passionate about achieving success. They're passionate about achievement in general. We got the best employees in the business. I firmly believe that.
If you will grab your glass so we can do a test.
Oh my God, like she's
Well,
To Ritchie and Karen, thank you for some of the best memories, the best years. Go enjoy your retirement and celebrate life you definitely deserve.
You got applause? Here's a photo of Arlie, Sultanfuss, and Chuck and Ibby at my ranch. And this was when Arlie had left the board and we had went up there for a little outing, and we gave him a plaque commemorating his longtime service to GVTC. Well, I like to think about how all this began with Chuck. If I may, I'd like to go back to the very beginning, first time I met Chuck. Without any notes.
No notes, no. Oh, when you make it up, you don't need notes. Those first few years that he was here, GVTC the industry was going through a transition then. You know, you had late 90s, you had this thing called a cell phone coming on, and then there was the internet. What's going to happen? And we were floundering around trying to say, well, what are we going to do? We want to get in the cell phone business, and we want to be an agent, how do we participate in the cell phone business? And should we? Because we're a cooperative landline telephone, you know. And then here comes the internet, and I had trouble staying up with him. He always had all these great ideas. I said, "Oh, really? We're going to do that?" And Ritchie was such a blessing because he came on and he took us through that transition.
Why I want to associate myself with Chuck and people like Chuck, and why we don't want to disappoint together. Kind of like your parents. You know, you didn't want to disappoint. I don't know about kids nowadays, but I knew growing up, you did not want to disappoint your parents, and certainly not your grandparents. And I think we owe Chuck in the same regard.
He said it that stole my word. The trust factor.
That's why I went first.
It's just there. It's just there. But you know, all things considered, and I've told my wife this, I've said Ritchie is a good man. He's a good man. So you have to worry about trust. You don't have to worry about that. All of that stuff. He's a good man. He's a good man to have you lead your company. He's a good man to be engaged with in business. He's a good man to be a friend.
Go fishing.
Go fishing. So, I know that's a simple term, but he's a good man. The greatest thing that you just said for me was when you said you loved coming down here and you loved it. Because the difference you made at GVTC. The fact that you were here. I was always afraid, this guy's so good, someone's going to offer him a job. He's going to be pulled to one of the big outfits, and you would be here a few years, and then you'd be gone. But I see now, and I hope, and I think you did enjoy being here, the type of country and the people, and so it's been a blessing for everybody around here that you were here and made it.
You know, I never knew really what my heritage was, but I can tell you after coming to this part of Texas and aligning myself with the German heritage, it was a perfect match.
Yeah, Yeah.
It's almost like I'm a wannabe German. I mean, here's something really special. This is a plaque commemorating the naming of the Ritchie Sorrells College Scholarship for Leaders. I feel very blessed and fortunate that our foundation named a scholarship after me and funded in my name. As the CEO of this company, my job is to support our mission statement, which includes the philanthropic work, which is primarily done through the GVTC Foundation. Can you count to 532?
My hands only go to 10.
Oh, you're no good. You're no good. There's a lot of skill involved. Well, we're the beanbaggers. This is a very specialized process. We put, what is it, Robbie, 2 pounds? That's typically 3 scoops of beans. These are pinto beans. But we're at Hill Country Daily Bread. This is a great opportunity for us to come together and help the community. I think there's like 50 some odd. What'd you say? How many? 543. No, that's the number of beans. How many volunteers do we have?
Oh, 51.
We have 51 volunteers for that. That may be a record. I think it was because we knew we were going to bag beans.
Hello, my name is Josh. I'm Vice President of GVTC's Product, Business Development, and Strategic Planning. Hey, so we're here helping Hill Country Daily Bread and one of our campus days. It's what we do with our foundation. Our employees like to be here. And all right, we've got, I think we already said about, what, 51 volunteers, I believe? Yeah, and this is who we are. So good to see we have everybody out here. Of course, our fearless leader, Ritchie Sorrells, is here. Something we enjoy doing, get to spend time with the folks we work with, and time well spent, help the community. Oh, one more.
Well, it's so many special occasions along the way with GVTC. We did a lot of things as a company, a lot of events. We raised a lot of money for our foundation. Big on sales and celebrating sales results. And here's just an illustration of celebrating those successes. We acknowledge, contributions to the company. We celebrate special times, building trust, building loyalty, building relationships. We value family at GVTC, and these are just examples of those times that exemplify things that are important to success. And here's our annual corporate planning conference. Just last year, this was my last one, and we just always had a history of acknowledging events at GVTC, and somewhere along the way, these things all get acknowledged with photographs, and here they find a way here. As you can tell, it's probably a good thing I'm retiring because I'm running out of space. But all this stuff means a lot to me, and we're going to start tearing it down and providing space for the new CEO of GVTC, who will begin making new memories along the way. That'll be when I leave. It'll be close to 49 years. With this type of engagement, with this type of involvement, with this type of passion towards something, being around these people that I love dearly. the people. We've been faced and we continue. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we're dealing with issues right now. Golly, man. They can't pay you enough to appreciate the satisfaction that you gain with knowing that a team came together to address an opportunity. You know, I will miss that. Miss the people. Miss the opportunities that we solved together. And miss the wins that we've had. So many wins over the years. And a lot of our success rests with these 5 executives. They've truly been remarkable contributors to GVTC success. And I think that's about as good a compliment as you can have, is being surrounded with so many great, talented, passionate, empowered employees who simply, faced with a task, they just figure it out. You just figure it out. They just figure it out. And they truly do.
Ritchie, congratulations on a job well done. I am going to miss your insightful, caring leadership, all of your wonderful advice, and your friendship. I'm also going to miss your great one-liners like, there's no value in free, or keep up with your stuff. You have been a true inspiration to me and a blessing to my family. I wish you all the best. Take care, my friend.
So I chose to work for GVTC because, first of all, it had all the right product sets. It had voice, it had video, it had data, and it had security. But I also wanted to work for a CEO that I could believe in, one that had the vision, the leadership, and conviction to make all the necessary cultural changes to move the company forward. And frankly, Ritchie checked off all the boxes. And he's a great guy. So thank you, Ritchie, for all you've done for us. We look forward to seeing you in the future, and best of luck to you at the ranch.
Well, Ritchie, having spent the better part of 20 years with you, that question becomes a bit difficult. There's a lot of great memories that I will always cherish and remember, but the one thing that I would mention would go back to the beginning when I first interviewed with you 20 years ago. And we got into a lot of discussions about integrity and honesty and doing the right things for the company. And over the last 20 years, you have been remarkable to work with, and your level of honesty and integrity is beyond remarkable. And that is something that I will always cherish and remember about you. God bless you, and it's been a great 20 years.
Ritchie Sorrells, congratulations on your retirement. So many great memories over the years, but some of my favorite memories will always be this time we've spent in the executive conference room having coffee in the morning, solving the world's problems. So many great conversations and so many thousands of cups of coffee as well. So we'll miss you. Congratulations again. Thank you for your mentorship and your great friendship over the years, and enjoy that retirement.
Hey, Ritchie. Thank you for your leadership in growing and changing this company over the past 20 years. The board could not have made a better decision. I know some days have been a little harder than others, but I also know that it's worth it. And it's been great to call you both a boss and a friend, and I wish you a happy retirement.